All right, before we get too far, please do business with one of the oldest Black owned media companies in the area. Please use the Florida Star. It is a tool, it's for you. It's the fourth estate. It's the newspaper. It brings local, national, international news from a perspective that you're not going to see, that a perspective that isn't paid by any particular interests. That's important nowadays. So please take some time and subscribe. TheFloridaStar.com, TheFloridaStar.com, TheFloridaStar.com. Look, my mom just texted me, called me. Mom, I gotta give me 30 minutes. I'll call you in a little bit. For those of you going out this fine Thursday, if you're getting dressed for a nice night out, call in now. We are listening in around the area to see what's going on tonight, guys. We know Thursday is the day to go out now between the Culture Lounge at the Cookbook, Lyricist Live at the Justice Pub, and the Cypher at Atlantis. There are plenty of events to occupy your Thursday. Check in with the crew. What y'all got going on tonight? Call 904-766-3401. Next week, we are excited to share another impactful moment with the Right Reverend J Frederick. He's going to share a good word. And let me just give a shout out today, guys. I got 3 producers on today. We are graced with Dr. Shaun Powell over in the corner
they
throwing it up.
You, Shaun.
It's all right. our producer extraordinaire, Reverend J Frederick.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you. And Eldre coming in over the airwaves, and we're so thankful to have you. All right, so next week I'll also be doing some follow-up stories like the BCU and Jackson State game that is coming to the stadium pretty soon. Join us here next week, Thursday, the same time for some more Impact Radio Show. A quick news break for the listeners of the Victory Station. FEMA kicks off Preparedness Month with a campaign targeted at African American communities by Stacey Brown from the Newswire. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has again teamed with the Ad Council for a public service announcement to kick off National Preparedness Month. With its new Ready campaign, FEMA specifically targets African American communities with messages that encourage advanced preparedness for storms and all natural disasters. Preparing for disaster is not just about protecting people and property, it's about safeguarding the lives we've built and the legacy we will leave to our children and generations to come. From FEMA Deputy Administrator Eric Hooks, what he told NNPA's Newswire. With this campaign, FEMA reaffirms our commitment to equity and says loud and clear that every community deserves to be protected from hazards. So please look out. You should be seeing more things, more ads from FEMA specifically directed towards African Americans. And we'd like to know what you think about that. Do you like them? Do you don't like them? Are you are you looking forward to seeing a youth doing a backflip on a skateboard with some hip hop music playing? Because it's usually how those ads go. Tell us how you feel about it. But these are the news to know that the FEMA ads will be coming out specifically targeting the African American community. Africa's Brain Bank is to convene leaders from U.S. and Africa during a 3rd annual summit and charity ball in Atlanta. Africa's Brain Bank is a 501c3 organization committed to uniting the talent, experiences, and intellectual property of Africans, Black Americans, and people across the global African diaspora. It is hosting its 3rd annual summit and charity ball on October 8th and 9th at the Atlanta Airport Marriott Hotel. The upscale event will convene leaders and experts from various industries for important dialogue, networking, intercontinental business transactions, and to unite all people of African descent. This was established in 2018 by the founder and CEO, Reverend Pamela Fomenung. Africa's Brain Bank is on a bold mission to eliminate Africa's brain drain, which refers to the historic looting and exploitation of Africa's people, talent, ideas, and resources. To achieve this goal, the organization is creating a digital repository of Africa's intellectual capital, brain power, and fostering the flow of business between people of African descent worldwide to elevate the continent and the diaspora. She is so excited about the fact that we are coming together as one. She views this as a big family reunion. So that is something interesting coming to Atlanta. We are excited for you, Doc. The arts legend Melba Moore receives the Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award by Nzinga K. Burton from NNPA Newswire. Legendary Tony Award winning and Grammy nominated songstress Melba Moore has achieved many milestones for her dynamic career, from Broadway to television hits, records, and high accolades from arts and civic leaders. Moore has overcome personal and professional obstacles on the road to her iconic status. Friday, August 26th, Moore received the Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award, honoring her career. The event took place at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, and she also received the Presidential Volunteer Service Award for her commitment to improvement within urban communities. UNF Human Conflict, Black and White. That was a 1970s class on race and relations by Francina Boykin. This is a special only reported at in the Florida Star. The UNF made unprecedented history about 50 years ago by offering a first ever of its kind in the state of Florida University system, a psychology class on race relations. Human Conflict, Black and White was the name of the class, and it was taught by Dr. Peter Krantz from 1972 to 1977. He was an original staff member at UNF in the psychology department, and the class was his brainchild. Since teaching the race relation class, Dr. Krantz is known as a national expert on race relations, receiving numerous awards, local and national recognition, and most recently, a book titled An Arena of Truth, Conflict in Black and White, written by Terrence Clark. Dr. Krantz's unorthodox method of teaching a race relations class at UNF was timely in the early 1970s because of the racial tension and strife in Duval County and around the United States. Dr. Krantz was influenced by the passing of the Civil Rights Law in 64 and the Voting Rights Act in 65. The great influence of psychiatrists Price M. Cobbs and William H. Greer, authors of Black Rage in 1968, and the untimely death of his childhood friend, Michael Schweiner, one of the 3 Mississippi civil rights workers murdered in 1964. UNF's administration was ahead of its time, most definitely, in 72 when it came to race relations, thanks to Dr. Krantz. Human Conflict, Black and White was more of a study on race relations than a classroom course. Guys, we are up against a news break, so please stay tuned for more Impact Radio Show. Welcome back, everyone. Oh, I'm like a second off from the real newspaper.
What's up, Daryl?
The new news you can trust. The People's Choice, striving to make a difference. Subscribe today. TheFloridaStar.com. TheFloridaStar.com. Pick up the Florida Star at over 200 locations, or to have it delivered, call Speaking Truth to Power, y'all. Welcome back to the Impact Radio Show. That was a nice little fill. So I am so excited to be speaking with you. I'm excited to see my 3 producers on the line. Once again, another shout out to Dr. J Frederick.
I'm not Dr. yet. No, we're gonna keep the truth.
And Reverend Shaun.
Reverend Shaun, we did remix it.
No, but I am a Reverend.
I know.
There we go. Well, CJ gonna work on his doctorate. And we're going to call you Doc. What do you want to be? Doc Reverend or Rev Doc? Or Shaun?
Why are you asking Shaun questions on that?
Or Empress. What would you like to be?
Please call me Empress.
There
Empress.
we go.
You know I'm
From Powerful Productions.
That's Hollywood Productions.
From Hollywood Productions, of course. Excuse me.
Excuse you.
Yes, and Eldre holding us down, not in the studio. Probably. You will meet Eldre soon. It has been a COVID come together as we get to know each other and run this show.
That's an HR problem. She hasn't met all of the new.
Well, and you know what? That is what the changes are here for. I'm the corporate head to say this is the same old crew, but some little changes here and there. And it's going to be great. These changes are good changes. So we thank everybody for their help. We thank you guys for listening tonight. And of course, before we get any further, don't forget to do business with the Trailblazing female-owned independent media company. Help preserve the legacy of Claire McLaughlin by supporting the Florida Star today. Ask your favorite local business to carry the current issues. More information at THE.
You gonna really spell it out?
FL, yep, ORIDASTAR.com. Thank you guys for those of you who are joining us on your way out or getting dressed for a nice night out. Here is the certified Thursday night rundown. The event rundown is, as always, brought to you by the Ritz Theater and Museum. We are having a great time celebrating our 23rd anniversary out there. We just had some great shows come up, and we're working towards putting on the Ritz coming back out. We still have the exhibit Through Our Eyes, Female-Led Legacy. Right. And that exhibit it's gotten accolades anytime somebody walks in there. Lenny Curry was in there today. He said it looked excellent. So we're excited to show you guys all the beautiful local art that's on display there. Please check out richjacksonville.com. richjacksonville.com. Do I need to spell that one too?
Do not.
No.
Okay, then richjacksonville.com. Also on the rundown tonight, Melanin Market is coming up, guys. This is the Northside Love on Saturday, September 24th from 12 to 6. This is a free event right off of Sutel Drive, 5097 Sutel Drive, right across from the Legend Center, 32208. Maxwell and the Night Tour is coming up. The tickets are $75 and up. That's Friday, September 30th.
You got a lot of Disney awards on that end.
It is. Well, because I've seen the tickets for that. If you want a suite for that show, that's in the multiple thousands there. But you can get your suite still. There's still some suites available. Friday, September 30th. Right, from 8 to 11 at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. There is an HBCU Legacy College Fair, so listen up if you have a high schooler that you love. On Saturday, September 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Don't be late. Okay, this is about college, so do your best to get there on time.
You say September 17th.
September 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. HBCU Legacy College Fair.
It's September 22nd day.
Oh, darn. My bad.
Good catch.
Thank you. Well, hopefully y'all can reach out to the people who put this show on and get some of that information since I'm so late. Man, that was last Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's okay though.
Dang, it must have just hanged over from the last script. My bad, y'all.
No.
Besides that, what's up, CJ?
Yeah, so I was just like to say that our first Faith Under Construction that we just did at the Ritz
this past weekend.
Yes, it was good. We had about 12 people, the ushers peeping in, in and out.
Mm-hmm.
We covered a lot of ground. It's a lively crew. So
you guys should join the Facebook group.
You should definitely join the Facebook group. We'll be announcing where we're going to be having our October meetup soon. But yeah, it was fun. We dealt with a lot of interesting topics.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, last weekend was a busy weekend, obviously. But upcoming in October on the 7th, the Royal Comedy Tour. I think this is like Bruce and some more coming to the Moran Theater, the Jacksonville Center.
Now, we saw Bruce last time he was here. Yes. He was funny.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, it's funny.
So at 8:00, tickets are starting at around $60. Earth, Wind, and Fire is coming to the St. Augustine Amphitheater. I hope you guys left some cookies for them out last night. It was the 21st night of September, all right? So they'll be here on Tuesday, September 27th at 7:30. Once again at the St. Augustine Amphitheater, tickets starting at $65. And the R&B Music Experience, Keith Sweat, Monica, Tevin Campbell, Tamar Braxton,
it's gonna be a lot of
112, and Silk.
It's gonna be a lot of whining.
Friday, October 14th. 7:00 at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Tickets start at $75.
What's up?
Also, October 10th, my birthday. She skipped right now. I'm just gonna say.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, if you guys are interested in submitting your events or any of your stories to the newspaper, please contact me at do_and_talk on all your major social media platforms. And we are up against another ad break. Stay tuned for the impactful moment from Reverend J Frederick and our wrap-up segment. See you soon.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Florida Star, brought to you by, I said the Florida Star, didn't I? Thank you for joining the Impact Radio Show, brought to you by the Florida Star. The Emperor's been bothering me, and y'all host is not really even, supervising since she the head of state. But hey, everybody, it is time for your impactful moment, and I'm excited to bring it to you. Your impactful moment is brought to you by Your African Gentleman, where you can come and get your authentic African apparel for men. And hey, we also hook up children and couples as well. Today, Matthew 22nd chapter, the 14th verse tells us that many are called, but few are chosen. I think we need to qualify that because a lot of people don't really understand exactly what that's saying. That many are called, but few are chosen. Listen, the call for employment goes out to anybody that's available.
Come on now.
And usually the people that get picked for the job are the ones who apply. The call goes out to everybody. The ones that are chosen are the ones who pick up the phone.
You got to.
You got to. That's the only way you're going to be able to respond, to be chosen for what you've been called for. You got to pick up the phone. But it even goes deeper than that. The call does not trump qualifications. You can answer the call and find out that this just may not be your call. Give you some context on that scripture. There was a man who was having a wedding feast, invited all his friends, right? Told everybody when the date was throwing the party, killed all the fatted calves, the sheep, the lambs, everything, had the whole thing laid out. Everybody gave an excuse why they couldn't come to the wedding party. So then he put out an all call. Well, whoever wants to come in and eat some lamb, eat some fatted calf, eat some bread, and come and help and celebrate with me, you are invited. And they went, and the book said they went and they brought them in good and bad alike to the wedding feast. Guess what? The call went out, but the ones that were chosen was the ones that came. Now, here is the funny part. Everybody was hustled and bustled into this wedding feast, right? And the king looked out and he saw that there was one person improperly dressed. Here come the qualifications. You were like, well, wait a minute. He just pulled everybody in off the street. How do you expect for this guy to be dressed if everybody else ain't improperly dressed? Well, if you look at the customs, like I like to say, read the book. When the king invites you to the wedding feast, he also supplies the clothes for the wedding feast. So when we get the call of Christ, not only does he invite us to the table, but he supplies the righteousness. He supplies the grace. He supplies the covering. So if you're saying that the king supplied everything that we needed to be prepared for the feast, why was this one joker undressed and out of place?
Come on, Reverend.
It usually implies that he rejected the clothes. He rejected what was offered. But you decided to sit at the table anyway. Can I tell you, you got a lot of people that answer the call and think that just because they picked up the phone and they chose them, they will hang around to associate themselves with the people that prepared themselves and dressed themselves ready for the feast. And then when we start taking roll and we realize your name ain't on the list because you're not qualified.
Sorry.
If to be able to accept the call, you have to be dressed in order to sit at the table and you have to receive the righteousness. Don't you think that when God is giving you the call for your dreams, give you the call for your visions, give you the call for the opportunities, you're not going to be able to be chosen for that call unless you pick it up. But you also got to be prepared. It's like, Lord, give me $1 million. And he been hitting you across the head with idea after idea after idea. Finally, you realize, the Lord is giving me $1 million idea. But you ain't worked on your credit. You ain't did no research on how to put your business up. How you going to answer the call? You know, I may even want to call you in the ministry, but you ain't read your Bible. It's like dust is still up underneath your grandmama's, couch. The only Bible you probably seen is the family Bible that's, in the living room. But you trying to answer the call. Everybody want to answer the call to be an entrepreneur, but you don't know how to budget at home. You haven't taken the time. You can't just answer the call. The call don't go before qualifications. But many are called and few were chosen. That is your impactful moment. I'm here to let y'all know today. If you tune your ear to the voice, you will hear the call. If you get away from all of the distractions and truly seek the voices that you're looking for, I don't care if you're looking for, affirmation there. If you're one of these, 3 buzzers got to fly by and drop a cat for me to know that it's real, the call is going out. You still have to understand that when you answer the call, there's going to be something required of you. Many are called, few were chosen. We covered so much stuff this past weekend at Faith Under Construction. And one of the things that we were talking about is what does it mean to be the church? What does it really mean to be the community? Is you know what the church is, I'm sorry, Miss Empress. You know what the church it tells us that we are. It tells us that the church, that the Christian community are the called out ones. And those that are willing to be called out, that are willing to be also separated, those are the ones that's going to be chosen for the kingdom of God. Those are the ones that answer the call. Those are the ones who answer the call of sanctification. It is so funny that separate and sanctification both are meaning the word death. You know, we've been throwing around church trauma. Like a lot of times when people go through separation, it feels like a death. Divorce feels like a death. You know, friendship, break aparts feel like a death. And sanctification also means to set apart or to disassociate yourself from those things that may distract you from your call. So a lot of times we are chosen, don't even realize we are so distracted and can't hear the call because we don't realize that we literally have to be separate to hear. We have to be away from things to listen. We have to be in tune to the voice to be able to accept that call. And that has been your impactful moment brought to you by your African gentleman. I'm so happy to bring it to you. I think we have all our clothes.
I want to actually put Dr. Shaun on the spot. Can you tell people where they can watch your show?
Yes, please.
How they can tune in to what you got going on?
Yes, they can watch my show. Which show it is? I have several.
I know you really do have a lot of.
I have a sitcom right now called My Wife and Me that's streaming right now on Tubi. Also, Going Up to Someone Understand is on Tubi. Our play into You Do Right by Me is on YouTube. Under Powerful Productions, we're at 374,000 views. If you view it, we need to get to 375,000 views.
Tell all your friends.
Tell all your friends.
Your enemies too. You're supposed to love them.
Your
so
enemies, yes, I love them too. They're the ones that's listening to us right now.
Oh yes.
So basically, yes, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Telegram, Signal, all of those good things.
Smoke Signal.
Smoke Signal. You can put out the bat signal for me, and I won't come. But if you put out the cross.
She might.
Okay,
there we go. Towel right around
No. Oh, we have a play coming up. That's what I'm known for here at JVL, right? We have One Funny Christmas that's coming December the 16th at the Ritz Theater. We already sold close to 200 tickets already, so you need to go ahead and get your ticket.
You do, because she sell out every time. I'm gonna need y'all to do that. She literally sells out every time.
Exactly. That's it. Thank you, Vanessa. And back to you.
No problem. So much gratitude to you all for listening tonight, to our writers and our producers. Yes. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, the Florida Star, our partners, Victory WCGL. Can y'all hear me?
We can now.
Okay. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, the Florida Star, our partners, the Ritz Theater, Victory WCGL, African Lady, African Gentleman, Doing Talk, Crumping for Success, The Purpose Resuscitator, Hollywood Productions, The Ritz Writers, and The Thrift Her. A special thanks to our producers tonight, Eldre, holding us down, Eldre Allen, Reverend J Frederick, and Dr. Reverend Empress
Shaun. See, what y'all don't see is her interpretive dance that she over here doing off the air. She signed the Earth, Wind, and Fire. Now she crumping.
We're excited. We miss you, Shayna. My name is Vanessa Davis. You can find me at do_and talk. We will see you next week. Now back to your regularly scheduled
gospel music or whatever you was doing. I'm joking. We'll see you next week.
All right.
I'm already on it. What happened?
So this music is only 12.